What's up everyone, my name is Marie, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm working on an apartment renovation in the world of San Myshuno, which is of course the world that came with the City Living expansion pack, the Apartments expansion pack. And I'm working on this apartment. It's the 19 Culpeper house. The Culpeper apartments are my favorite apartments in this world. I think they're so fun, and especially this one, because this one has a balcony. And for apartments, you can't really adjust the window situation or the exterior walls. But because this apartment has a balcony, you can kind of like change up the back wall. That is the one area where you can actually build out the apartment or make it a little bit smaller and place your own doors and windows and wallpaper. So that is always a lot of fun. So yeah, I chose this apartment because I needed a slightly bigger one because I wanted to turn one apartment into two in preparation for the For Rent expansion pack that is coming out next week, I want to say. No, in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. Time is going really fast, but it's not that fast. And I'm really excited about it. I know I have been building in preparation for the For Rent expansion pack ever since it was announced. It is no joke. I have only been doing multi-purpose lots. So I can understand if it's getting a little bit annoying, but I just can't stop it. I am so obsessed with this new feature that we're getting, and I'm just so incredibly excited about it that I kind of want to try everything we can to kind of like try different multifunctional lots. And I've done like townhouses, I've done my own apartment buildings, I've done duplex homes. So now I was like, you know what, let's try to turn one apartment into two apartments. And I will say I'm not exactly sure if the residential rental lot type will work on apartments, but I think so. If I had to guess, I'd say I think so, because it's just a lot type. And I think you can turn apartments into basically any sort of lot type, but I might be wrong there. I'm not exactly sure. If it's not going to be functional with the new pack, then it was still a lot of fun to build this, and it's still pretty nice and functional because I did build it with students in mind. It's not actual university housing because I did place full kitchens in every apartment, or both of the apartments actually. But I was definitely thinking of students living here. So I was thinking 2 couples sharing each apartment. So 4 Sims total. Because I did, these 2 apartments both have 1 bedroom and 1 bathroom, and they both have like double beds in the bedrooms. So you could either have 1 sim in this apartment or 2 Sims. For a minute, I was thinking maybe I need to just do 1 shared bedroom and put like bunk beds or something in it, or like just 2 single beds. So you can just have a random roommate live here. But then I was like, you know what, this kind of a living situation makes more sense for people who are maybe almost done with university and they're already in a pretty serious relationship where they have moved in together, and this is just kind of like their last kind of more cheaper apartment before they get jobs and will be able to maybe hopefully afford a nicer apartment or a small house. That is kind of what I was imagining. So yeah, I was thinking 2 shared apartments for 2 couples who are still, all of them, in university. So this is the first one that we're doing. This is the apartment that actually has the balcony. So this one might be the most expensive, or just like the quote unquote nicest apartment of the 2. It's definitely a needs TLC lot. So you'll see that there's like some random pipes and an electricity box that will sometimes break down in the gameplay, and then you'll have to go through and fix this. There is a mouse hole in the bedroom. I think there's only 1 mouse hole, but there might be 2 actually. Maybe there's 2, I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, there's definitely some things wrong with this apartment. It's definitely on the older side of things. It's not very nice. So that is something that I try to embrace, and something that I thought would make a lot of sense for students who obviously can't really afford the nicest place. So I thought that that would make a lot of sense for this apartment, for the 19 Culpeper house apartment, and I feel like it turned out really, really cute. So this is the first apartment that we're doing, and I, color scheme wise, went with a lot of green, and then I also tried to tie in some blue as well, so it's nice and colorful. It's not exactly very matchy-matchy, and they definitely have some older furniture too. And oh right, this is a limited, it's it's a somewhat limited pack build. I will have to go and see if I actually made any mistakes. I don't think I did. It's a limited pack build in the sense that I only used, obviously, City Living because it's an apartment. I used Discover University, Laundry Day, and the basement kit. I think that's everything I used. So it's pretty limited pack. So that does make it a little bit easier to download. So if you have those 4 packs, you should be fine. I might be forgetting a pack, but I think that's all we used. I'll go and double check, obviously, after the speed build when I move into the game, and I'll show you the apartment in real time. We'll quickly check on the gallery if I used any other packs, maybe accidentally, but I don't think I did. I didn't turn off my packs though, so mistakes are easily made that way. I like to do, like when I do limited pack builds and I only use a few, I like to actually disable all my packs except for the ones that I'm using in the EA app before I run the game. So that way I can just kind of build and I don't have to think about it and I can't make any mistakes. But I didn't do that for this one because I just kind of last minute decided that I wanted to make it a limited pack, and I built it over on stream as well. So that was a lot of fun to build it with the chat and people helping me out making the decisions. That is always so much fun. But yeah, for this first apartment, I was thinking a couple who are into sports. At least one of the Sims living here is into sports. You can kind of see that I tried to tell that story by putting up sports related posters. There's some sports equipment clutter on the floor, a small picture of a sports team. So there's definitely at least one Sim living here who is very much into sports. And then I think both of them are. Maybe they're just a very sportsy couple. So that is something I try to represent in this apartment. And then in the other one is a more creative student couple living. So for that apartment, we have one painter and one musician. I made sure to place a little art corner in the apartment, and I was also able to put the keyboard in the bedroom, which is very cramped, but it does fit, so that was actually perfect. And it actually ended up to be perfect that the sportsy couple is living in this apartment with the balcony, because that way I had space to put some sports equipment on the balcony outside, so you can actually do a workout outside. I thought that was absolutely perfect. I didn't really think about that beforehand, but it actually turned out that way, and it was actually really nice. So that's what I did. And then here we have the one bedroom of the apartment, which is very cramped, and they have one bathroom, which is an ensuite off of the bedroom. And then for the other apartment, they just have a hall bathroom. So they don't have an ensuite, but they just have a hall bathroom, which I think is nicer because this is the only bathroom in the apartment and it's an ensuite. So if you have guests over and if they need to use the bathroom, they like need to go through your bedroom, which is not ideal, but it's actually perfect for this apartment because I didn't want it to be ideal. I didn't want it to be crazy nice. So that actually worked out just fine. And as you can see, I also went through and placed all these these wall details of like visible brick and some scratches, and just to kind of make the place look very old and not very well maintained, but I at the same time didn't want it to be gross and messy. Like the Sims that are living here aren't gross. They're just living in an apartment that needs a little bit of TLC. So it's not the nicest and they can't afford anything else, but this will do for the time they're living together before they actually got a job and can afford to move into a nicer place. So yeah, here you can see we have the one bathroom. They do have a nice shower tub combo, so they do have a tub, which I feel like is pretty nice. And they actually also have shared laundry in the hallway space, which is the sole reason why I wanted to use Laundry Day for this build, is because I really wanted to make a cluttered, messy hallway with shared laundry in it. I thought that would be fun. It would add to the gameplay aspect. It would be pretty inconvenient to be sharing one washer dryer combo between 4 Sims. I'm not that big on gameplay details where I'm like, I'm not sure how often your Sims actually need to do laundry. Like, I'm not exactly sure, but I feel like one washer and dryer for 4 Sims, yikes, you know, maybe that is not ideal, but you know, I really enjoyed the idea of shared laundry in a space like this. So that is why I decided to use that pack. If you don't have the pack, then that is literally the only thing you'll be missing is the laundry machines and maybe a few clutter items here and there, and maybe a nightstand in this apartment, which is the second apartment, but that's all. I also placed this old mattress in the hallway, but as I was playtesting the build, I was kind of playtesting it after I uploaded it to the gallery, so that is not ideal. But I actually found out that the mattress that's leaning against the wall in the hallway is kind of blocking the door into the other apartment. I don't know why. So I sized it down and then it functions. So if you're running into trouble, if you do decide to download this apartment and you're running into trouble, then you can just delete the mattress in the hallway or size it down and you will be fine. But yeah, that was a little bit inconvenient, a little bit annoying. I also really enjoyed the bikes in the hallway. The hallway space is just very messy. I really enjoy that. And I really hope that the residential rental lot type will be functional in apartments. I think that would be so perfect. I'm not sure if it will be, like I already explained, but I really, really hope so, because that would be a really fun addition. Because I feel like the apartments in The Sims, I really like them, but they're so big. It's just not realistic to me. I'm not familiar with apartments. I mean, obviously there are big apartments in the world. Like, obviously that is realistic. But to me personally, I feel like I just have so much more fun like decorating, but also mostly playing the game when the apartments are just more cramped and smaller. So that is why I really hope that the residential rental will be functional in apartments, because that way the apartments will open up a whole new sort of like lot type or like build challenge. You can turn them into anything you want. You can make micro apartments within one bigger apartment. Like, that would be so fun. I just can't wait to get my hands on it and start building with it and like exploring what it's going to be all about. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But here you can see this is the second apartment that I'm just kind of completely talking over. The kitchen and the kitchen appliances are the same for both apartments. I felt like that would make the most sense. And the bathroom items I think are also pretty much the same, but this apartment has a slightly bigger bathroom. So yeah, they have the same stuff in it, but it's just a little bit bigger. They also have pipes in the bathroom that will break down from time to time. So that is when the needs TLC lot trait comes into play in the bathroom. And I did try to keep all those objects except for the mouse holes. But for the rest, I tried to keep them accessible. So if they do break down in the gameplay, you can still access them and you can still like try to fix them or call your landlord to have it fixed. That is something that should still be functional. But here we have the second apartment's bedroom. It's very small, but I really wanted to put in a keyboard here for the musician sim. And I was actually able to place it up against the bed. So it's very cramped in here, but it is functional and it just looks really cute and cramped and realistic in my opinion. And I try to use some music related posters as well. And then here we have their bathroom. I did actually close off one square because it just felt a little bit too big and I wasn't sure what to do with the space. So I closed off a little square next to the door to make it a little bit more cramped and smaller, but they do have a nice counter space, like counter, I guess, just like a little counter setup with a sink. So they have some extra storage space in the bathroom as well. And then here I almost forgot to decorate the balcony for the first apartment, but this is when I was like, this is actually perfect. We can put a little boxing cushion. What is the word for that? Boxing. Oh my God, I'm totally spacing out on the term for that punching bag. That's what it is. Punching bag. Yes, right. I actually have the space for that on the balcony, which was so perfect. But that is basically it for this apartment. So let's jump into the game and I'll show you the apartment in a real time. So here we have the apartment in the game. You can kind of see the floor plan this way. We also have my sim just hanging out here. So there is a hallway space here and then two separate entryways. So one into this apartment and one into this apartment. First off, over here we have the messy entryway, and you can kind of tell that I sized down this this mattress to make it functional. And then over here is the shared laundry, which is so messy, and I just really enjoy that. And we have this little cork board and a couple bicycles in the hallway as well. It's very messy and exactly what I wanted it to be. Then over here we have the first apartment. So they have their entryway space over here, and it's nice and messy over here by the old dresser. We have some very much mismatched furniture in here, which is exactly what I wanted. They have some very old secondhand thrifted pieces, but also maybe some IKEA furniture that is cheap, but more modern looking. Then over here, they have their dining room table with a bunch of clutter. They also use this as a desk because there's no designated desk or study space in here. And then this is their kitchen with obviously a coffee maker. I feel like these students would need it. And then over here is their living room space with some old furniture from the basement kit and a TV and also a console so they can play some games. Then in here is the bedroom, which is really cramped and small, but I really like how it ended up looking. A double bed, some nightstands, a chair as a nightstand, and some shared wardrobe space as well. And then in here is their bathroom, which is also nice and old and kind of cluttered looking. Then moving into the second apartment, they have an entryway space over here that kind of leads you straight into the living and dining and kitchen. So again, old thrifted secondhand furniture in here. I really wanted to use the basement couch again, but I didn't really want to use it twice. So I decided to go for another thrifted old looking couch in here. And they have this nice artwork up because there is an artist living in this space. So I thought that they would have made this. Then over here is their living room slash study space. And they have a kitchen as well, of course. In this awkward little corner here, we have an art corner. Actually, the perfect little space for some art over here. And then they have their bedroom, which is really small. In the speed build, this window was glitched, but thankfully right now it fixed itself. They have a very cramped little bedroom with a keyboard and again, a wardrobe, of course. And then across from the bedroom is the bathroom. Very nice and simple, but all functional and ready for your Sims. But that is basically it for this apartment. So this double unit apartment is up on the gallery as a room. You cannot tell what it is from the gallery picture because it is on the gallery as a room. That's how it works with apartments, unfortunately. Looks like I did make some mistakes here. I'm using an item from Horse Ranch. Oh, I'm using a tile from Horse Ranch. Okay, that is a tile on the balcony, so that is an easy fix. And I'm using Get Together. Oh, I used an entryway rug from Get Together. Okay, these are two minor mistakes, which if you don't have these packs, then you won't have a problem. I mainly focused on Discover Uni, City Living, Laundry Day, and Basement Treasures. So you should be fine with those packs. But that's gonna do it for today's video. So I really hope that you enjoyed this one. You can obviously go ahead and download this apartment from the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmary Sims. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok if you'd like. My username on there is Simmary Sims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. I also live stream over on Twitch a few times a week. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and give me a follow over on twitch.tv/SimmarySims. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.